I'm Nicole Hacault with Royal LePage Top Producers, and for today's local business of the week, we have Angelina from Evar Artistry. Evar Artistry. I told you I was gonna butcher it. Okay, so you've shown me like your awesome artwork, but maybe I guess tell people first like how you've gotten started in doing your artwork.
I started drawing when I could hold a pencil, and I started doing portraits when I turned 9. My grandmother had asked me to draw a portrait of myself, oddly enough, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I went home and started cutting up magazines, and I started trying to fill in the half of the face that I cut away. I started taking free press pages and filling in the faces and trying to soften them out because they were super pixelated and things like that. And I've just been drawing ever since.
That's cool.
So a few years ago I got more into doing portraits that are more on the side of photorealistic, which means really detailed and super smoothed out so that they actually look like a photograph.
Yeah, because you've shown me your work and it definitely looks like a real photograph.
Thank you.
So I guess tell people more about like, I guess like the business side of things and like what kind of people would maybe like to work with you and how you can help them.
I tend to do a lot of children's portraits.
Okay.
I also do a lot of memorial portraits.
Okay.
That tends to be one of my more popular ones. I've recently started doing pet portraits, which are also super popular.
Yeah.
But basically, if you want a favorite photo turned into a piece of art, that's what I do.
Okay. And then you were showing me here the ballpoint.
Inktober.
Yes.
So every year I do Inktober. And then what I do in Inktober is it's 31 days of 31 ballpoint pen drawings. So every day you draw a new drawing in ballpoint pen and nothing but ballpoint pen. Last year when I did Inktober, what I did was I made prints of all of my drawings.
Cool.
And I gifted them for those who gave a donation to Manitoba Rett Society, as it's a charity that's close to my heart. So I was able to raise a good amount of money for Rett Society last year, and I'll be doing it again this year.
That's cool.
So all of my drawings are up as a print, and yeah.
That's cool. So, okay, so for people who want to follow you along,
I'm Evar Artistry, EVARART, oh boy, ISTRY on Instagram.
Okay, so follow you on Instagram, and then they can follow along and watch your Inktober.
Yeah, and I make posts as regularly as I can. I don't always have permission to share photos of the drawings that I do, and I respect that.
Yeah.
If you don't want me sharing a photo of your child, I'm not going to be posting photos of your child.
Yeah.
There's also times when my drawings are gifts, so
people don't want it leaked ahead of time.
Yeah, so I don't share anything in the process. I may take process photos and then share them later with permission.
Yeah.
But I don't get as much of the process on Instagram as it's happening.
Yeah.
So Evar Artistry on Instagram, and
they can
all of my work is there that I have permission to share.
Okay. And so, do you have any other like fun facts? Or anything that you want somebody to know about you?
Well, about the pieces of work, 1 square inch takes me about an hour to 2 hours to do.
Oh my gosh.
And in colored pencil, they can take 80 to 160 hours to do an 8x10, which is this size right here. With colored pencil, you're working in layers, so you start off really lightly, and you keep adding and adding and adding. So 1 square inch can take about 35 different layers of color.
That's crazy.
Which is really neat.
Yeah.
And I work with what's called light fast pencils.
Okay.
So my light fast pencils are rated to 100 years without fading.
Wow.
And they've been tested and tested and tested, and so if you're buying a piece of artwork, you really should have a lifetime to it. Yeah. And not see it fade.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I just got my first adult coloring book.
Those are great.
You put me to shame.
No, those are great. Those are fabulous.
Yeah, it was cool. I got my adult coloring book, and so I go camping on the weekends a lot, and so I pull it out every morning, and everybody colors around the picnic table. Awesome. And it took me like one whole weekend plus half of the next weekend to
finish
do one
picture.
Yeah. It was cool. Yeah.
So
It's lots of fun.
these guys are
I can
a lot of
appreciate how
time.
long it would take.
a lot of time.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I've also just started doing lockets, which totally came out of left field.
Yeah.
My aunt passed in April. And my cousin, I drew my aunt for her service, and my cousin asked me shortly after, do you think you could draw my mom again? And I said, well, I have a bit of a wait list, and you know, I can get you started at the end of my wait list.
Yeah. And
she says, well, no, I was really hoping you could whip it up really fast, but I only want it to be about an inch big. And I was like, an inch? How am I supposed to fit all of this
into here?
into this?
Yeah.
And so I said, well, I love a challenge, so I'm willing to take it on and see what happens.
Yeah.
And again, thoroughly enjoyed it, and now I'm offering lockets because it turned out great.
That's super cool. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think we're gonna show lots of your artwork off, and it's gonna be really fun to follow you along for Inktober, and I hope that all of River Park South and everybody who sees this follows along and sees the work that you do, because
that'd be great.
It's super cool.
And Inktober is a lot of fun because I do post every day.
Okay.
And I get people involved by letting people put their input in on who they want drawn or what they want drawn.
Yeah.
And I tend to go for celebrities because they're so recognizable, where you draw a picture of a baby and people go, oh, it's really cute, but they don't know if it looks
if it's
like
similar
baby,
likeness to
right?
Yeah.
So with celebrities, there's that instant connection, and it's a lot of fun. So
okay. Yeah. Awesome. Well, I got all the information up on the screen there, so if you got any questions, you can reach out and follow along. So that's our local business of the week. Take care, everybody.
Thanks.